All Souls Night, the English Halloween, Gaelic Samhain, originally Nutcrack Night. It was one very, very dark Samhain Eve, as it was in Winslow, Ireland, when that arch-druid, Shawnee, was shuffling along with his shillelagh, thumping at every step in his stride. And in the deepest dark of the night, he bumped into her, the terrible young woman with all the hair. She shrieked, he thumped, and her hair went everywhere. And it kept going until it totally filled up the vault of the sky. It began to fall down in oodles and noodles and ringlets and curls, all of those tresses. No sight or sound or air. The Red Wizard, Shawnee. Anybody got a comb? And up comes a giant comb. Now, conjured up a unicycle, a great wheel, spokes and all, with a fork on it. So with the tip of his magic shillelagh, he mounted that great comb, ball bearings and all. And then he whistled for his golden harp, like the Lone Ranger whistling for his horse. And up came the harp. And Shawnee began to strum the strings of the harp. And that great wheel and that great comb shuddered, began to come to life. And that wheel started to rock in its rut. And the fingers of that comb began to stretch out like that. And more it began to move, and it began to roll as the harp kept playing. And the fingers of that comb began to curry and soothe those wild, woolly tresses of that woman with all the hair, and kept going until finally it became, all of those curls began to smile. They were her smiles. She was so happy that all of this was calming down her hair, until finally, when it was all calmed down, and then she said, "Oh, me fair Philippi, you are the greatest poet alive." Now there's no greater honor for a poet in Ireland but to have that said to him. And so you would think it was all said and done, well said and done, that was it. But not so. You know, with that great wheel rolling back and forth across the earth, it made a crease, and that crease then opened into a crevice, and that crevice opened into an abyss, deep there into the earth, where the underworld, where all that ever lived and ever died began to stir. And all that was compressed and comprised of the plenum of the underworld rushed forth with this great sound, the crackling crystal credit of sound, crack, as they hit the atmosphere. Now you know, when it comes around to those little imps that are going to be disguised as all of those devils and witches and goblins and all that, and they come to your door. What do they want? Give me nuts in memory of Nutcrack Night. And this is my presentation of her.